Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a little bit of a chit chat get ready with me using the Zodiac palette and general collection. I did honestly buy the entire collection, but I haven't had time to sit down and really thoroughly play with it, so no, I have not put a review up yet. And I don't know if I will put a review specific up, but I would like to do a get ready with me using it because I do like a lot of the products. So the collection did come with the palette, 2 highlights, 2 of the Supernova shadows. I have lots of these and do really like them, and 2 lipsticks. However, one of the lipsticks must be in my bag because I cannot find it. So I've been feeling a little bit off on my channel the last like 5 videos or so. I'm not really sure why. I still really enjoy doing it and I want to come up and I want to come on and I want to do the videos. I've just been feeling really weird lately. I have no idea what it's about, but that's part of the reason I'm just going to do this somewhat informal chit chat. So to start off, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. It's a base hydratante. I've been working a lot lately and well, first of all, I just finalized a trip to New York with my friend Kirsten from No Blame Makeup. We try and get together every year. She either comes here or I go there, and we kind of get together and I try and go to Gen Beauty. So we are both going to New York in October, the weekend after my birthday, and I'm pretty excited about that. So that trip is final. Hotel is booked, flight is booked. For concealer, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever No. 5 Camouflage Cream Palette, which is totally mangled, and I hit pan on this and I was trying to like make it easier to use. So that's where we're at with that. The second trip, we actually just booked this morning. We are going to Negril in Jamaica for our 5-year anniversary and my mother's 60th birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. Her birthday's in December, but we were going to celebrate it all together, and the family is going to kind of come together to do that, which will be nice. It's been a very long time since I've taken any real type of vacation. I haven't taken a vacation in 2 years. I did take a week off last year when we moved into this house, but that was such a hectic and massive move that it really didn't feel like a vacation at all. I was like happy to go back to my very hectic job. Needless to say, I'm very much looking forward to that vacation. So my face, as you can see, is very red, so we try and get rid of some of the redness and a few of the blemishes with the concealer. This thing here is actually not a breakout. I got new glasses, as I'm sure you've seen in one of my more recent videos, and the weight of the glasses on my nose compared to my other ones is very different, and my skin is actually like breaking apart, which is odd because it doesn't actually feel like it hurts when they're on, but when I take them off, there's a big mark there. So when I ordered my Zodiac collection, I also ordered some of the base products from ColourPop. So this is a No Filter Foundation in Light 75. I've tried this a bunch of times. I do like it, but it is unfortunately a little bit too light for me. So what I've been doing is 2 pumps of that and then 1 pump of the Flawless Fusion from Laura Mercier, just to give it a little bit more, a little darker of a tone. I'm not that person that does the whole, oh, it's fine, I'll just darken it up with bronzer. I don't wear a lot of bronzer. I was pleasantly surprised with how much I actually liked this foundation, even on its own. Like, we all know I have strong feelings towards the Laura Mercier foundation, but even without it, I really like how the no filter works. It's kind of like effortless. Guys, I have a suspicion this is going to be a long-ish video. So something else fairly significant that has gone on in my life in the last few weeks is we did buy a new car. So before everybody freaks out when I tell you what it is, we did buy a Corvette. No, we are not rich. No, I am not bragging. We made out really well with our sale of our house, and in doing so we were able to pay off my vehicle pretty much when it was brand new, and buy this house, and we haven't had a payment on my husband's truck or basically we haven't had any payments on anything other than the house in a very long time because of that house sale that went so well. So I did pick up the No Filter pressed powder in medium as well. I've been liking this as well, but again, it's a little bit light, so I'm going to use the True Match Mineral, which this is a sad state of affairs. This is in the color Natural Buff N3. I really like this powder. I also really like the No Filter powder. I just want to move this out of my collection and get it done. Back to story time about the car. So my husband and I had been talking on and off about buying either an income property or a trailer or a cottage or maybe a boat. I grew up on the water, so did he. I really love it. He doesn't really. Or if we were gonna buy a sports car, just for fun, just to have rolling around. For context, people think I'm a lot younger than I am, and my husband is 36. So we are in a good point in our life. We don't have any kids, and I don't really know why I feel like I have to justify this so thoroughly. So let's just get right to the point. We bought a really sweet car. We bought a Corvette C7 Stingray. And it's a 2014, so it's not new. You don't need to buy new in these cases. They're all the same. Does the same thing. The shit drives. It's beautiful. It's black. I'll put a picture up here, and I love it. And that's the end of me feeling bad about it. Why do we do that? Maybe that's why I feel so off. I'm carrying guilt. As a side note, in buying that car, it has made me really want to reel in my spending because we have a car payment now for the first time in a very long time. So for my contour, I'm going to actually use this Kevin Aucoin sculpting shade here. This is from the, what is it called? Making Faces Book 2, I believe. I actually have a video on a video review on this, so I will link that up in the cards here. I haven't used this in a long time, but I really want to start to get more use out of things that I know that I have loved for a very long time and I just don't reach for anymore. So I did a big depotting this morning of a whole bunch of stuff, so hoping that we can get through some of that. We're going to use the shapeshifter instead with the bronzer here. It's a little bit darker and affords me a little bit more of a contour. If I'm being truthful, I feel like all the drama going on in the makeup community these days has had a fairly negative effect on my feelings of wanting to be on YouTube and filming, because if you are posting videos and it's not about the shit that's going on with Laura Lee and Manny and that other guy, Gabriel, I think his name is, and Jeffree Star and whoever else is the drama at the time, then nobody wants to watch you. So it's not that I live and die for views, but anybody that does YouTube knows it's a considerable amount of work, and most of us that do it love it, and that's why we do it. But while all that stuff is going on, I just really can't be bothered to hang around in the community for one, and participate in it for another. Because it becomes, in my opinion, not really a community at all. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but that's really how I'm feeling lately, and I don't buy drama, I buy makeup, and I've always felt that way. When I made the comment about not being sure if I was going to support Kat Von D or not, and when I made a comment about not sure if I was going to support Jeffree Star anymore or not, when all that went on, people were really up in my comments. Sorry, this is the blush in Floor Power, which is right here, and I broke at one point. Oops. I don't like people being in my comments telling me that I don't know anything about anything because these people are or aren't racist, and I shouldn't be giving them my money, or I should be giving them my money, or what I'm doing with my money in general. So my general thoughts on that, and I have said it before and I will say it again, and I swear to God, if any stupid drama goes on in my comments, I will delete your ass. I don't think the people who are employed by a brand should be punished for a brand owner's behavior. Do I want to give people who have millions and millions of dollars my money that I work very hard for? Not particularly, no. So I'm going to use the Zodiac highlighter in On the Cusp. It's a beautiful highlighter. They are both Both of the Zodiac highlighters are, this is On the Cusp and this one is Fire. They're both like darker. Oh my god. They're both darker for highlighters, but they're working for me right now because I am pretty freaking tan. Yes, back to my ranting about what's going on right now. There are more people employed by these brands who don't make millions and millions of dollars that require to have a job to live. And if the product is good, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of here for it. That doesn't necessarily mean I support that person as a human. It doesn't necessarily mean I support their opinions. For example, my husband and I have very different opinions on a great deal of things, like completely differing opinions, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't be together or we can't hang out or be friends. And I feel like that in general is how I live my life. That doesn't make me a horrible person. It doesn't make him a horrible person. For my brows, I'm just using the Tanya Crooks Brow Gal pencil that is in my project pan, and I cannot wait till this is gone because I miss my dip brow something fierce. What else has been going on? I've been really struggling with my weight lately. A little bit more than normal. This is by far the biggest I've ever been, and I know I do know that it is 100% my own fault and well within my control, but I have been so busy and so exhausted lately that the comfort I find in snack food is taking over. To prime my eyelids, we are going to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So we are going to move on to my eyes. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this look, but this is the palette. It is an odd color story, but when I saw it, I really liked it. I really do like Kathleen Lights. So I personally am a Libra, and it is this like light purpley matte shade. So I was kind of surprised, but I guess when you look at the Libra sign, it is balanced, and this is a shade that will balance out a look. So I'm trying to think of shades I haven't really used yet. So what I think I'm going to do is a blue look. So I'm going to use the Aquarius here, which is like a blue matte, and just stick that in the crease and see how it goes. And you know what? I think I actually want to revisit the conversation about like Laura Lee and that whole thing that's going on. I was never subscribed to Manny or Nikita Dragon or Gabriel, and I have been on and off subscribed to Laura Lee only because I think that some of the products she gets and talks about and the way she does her makeup, I actually don't mind it. I find her grating as a person. But I would like to make a generic statement that I'm not sure a lot of people are going to agree with and may actually get me in some trouble. We as a beauty community have lost the ability to believe people are allowed to make mistakes. These tweets that came out, everybody is saying she is a giant racist, and everybody is saying that Gabriel hates kids and wants kids to die, and we're making fun of people with mental illnesses, etc., etc., etc. The dates of these tweets are years ago. Years ago. I'm not saying the tweets are okay. I'm not saying that being able to say things like that is okay. Please do not get me wrong. That is not at all what I'm saying. They are completely inappropriate and completely out of line. But they are a tweet, and they are from years ago when these people were essentially kids. So can we talk about the fact that we do not afford people the ability to apologize, to make a mistake from a time in their life when they were not a social media influencer to the level that they are now? And again, no, I don't think it's okay to say those things. No, I don't think they should be let off scot-free. But these people are being dragged through the mud like they aren't humans because of the way they've treated other people. And by treated other people, I am speaking to the fact of those tweets specifically. When you then find out that the people who are upset about these tweets being said years and years and years ago are then calling and threatening her family, saying they are going to kill her mother. Who are the pieces of shit in this situation? Because I feel like if you're threatening to kill somebody's mother, you're not exactly a star yourself. So maybe you should get over yourself. So next I'm going to take the Pisces And I'm going to just pat that all over my lid. I legitimately have no freaking clue what I'm doing here. I'm just winging it so hard. I'm sorry this video is very ranty, but this is just how I've been feeling. I'm not overly impressed with any of them. I did actually watch part of Laura Lee's apology and agree it was total bullshit. It was like the fakest looking thing ever. But I never want to give Manny my views or my money, so I don't really care about that. I'm loving this blue. I've never really given Manny the time of day, so I'm not really surprised that I didn't really care to watch his video. I'm just gonna go back into Aquarius and clean up my edges a little. Gabriel's video was very well done. It seemed honest, it seemed legitimate, it seemed like he actually was taking credit for what had happened. My other issue with it is when you really look at what happened, it was not that big a deal. Like, he said he would apologize, he apologized, he put up a picture speaking for other people, and then people just went after them all. Like, it was crazy. So I'm gonna go in with the Aries shade here, and I'm going to just go in here with this just for fun, just to see what it looks like. And it doesn't look good. Oh well, too late now. This is where we're at. Yeah, I'm that person that's like, hey, we have a cool tone look going. Let me throw some orange in it. My overall feelings on the whole thing is it was a huge misunderstanding. Apologies were made. Shit was dug up on the internet. Don't act like you are so holier than thou that you are better than all these people, or you act better than these people. And they don't also deserve to be treated with a little bit of humility and some respect. Nobody is any better than anybody else in these situations, and don't act like you have never sent ridiculous, inappropriate text messages to a friend, etc. So just to tone down the orange a little bit because it didn't really go the way I wanted it to, I used the Supernova Shadow in Constellation, and Constellation is a beautiful rose gold shade. Okay, so now I'm kind of in this weird position of like half warm tone, half cool tone. So I am going to go in with the Cancer, which is up at the top here, and just highlight my brow bone. I feel like this chit chat was like all over the place, so I'm very sorry. Overall, I do like this palette. Everything goes on fairly nice. That Aquarius shade does not blend the way I would like it to, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. There's definitely been much worse. I was going to drag something underneath my lower lash line, but I'm not sure what I want to drag under there. I think green. But there's no green in this palette, so let me grab a different one. So I'm going to use the green at the top here from the Afrique palette from Juvia's Place. I've really been liking this palette as well, and it is going to be in a haul video that will be going up as well. Seriously, I'm just all over the place with this look. I don't even know what I'm doing. This happens to me sometimes. You just start to freaking wing it. You know what else I'm gonna do? Glitter. In keeping with the ColourPop theme, don't mind my dogs, they will not stop barking. I'm going to use the Super Shock Shadow in Ladybird, which, spoiler alert, I did hit pan on, and I'm going to just smooge this underneath my lash line on top of that green, because why not? Seriously, if you don't have this Ladybird shade, it was from the Butterfly collection. If they still have that, go get it because it's awesome. I put this over everything and it just like... Okay, so I'm going to go a little out of order and I'm going to do lips next. I'm going to use the Jordana lip liner in Tawny, and I'm going to use the lipstick from the Zodiac collection, which is What's Your Sign. I do prefer the other one, which is like a purple. This is like a light nude shade. But again, the purple is somewhere, I don't know where it is, so we're gonna make do. See, this one's not my favorite. It doesn't match my skin tone very well. And just makes me look kind of sick. So I just tossed some gloss on top to like make it worse. I'm gonna just quickly pop off camera and do my lashes and my liner because I don't like to do those on camera, and it basically just looks like this. So I'll be right back. Actually didn't turn out quite as weird as I thought it was going to. But no joke, guys, this is exactly how I do my makeup in the morning. I'm just like, oh, we'll put a little bit of this here, put a little bit of this here. Oh, that looks stupid. Let's just go with it. And then I go around like I did it on purpose, and everyone is happy. Because who's going to be like, oh my god, your eyeshadow's not blended very well. Or anything like that in real life. Nobody. Nobody says that shit. Nobody probably even notices. Did anybody get anything super exciting that they were really jacked up about in their Sephora sale purchase? Who participated in the purchase? I did, obviously. Because I have problems. I'm going to do a haul post for the sale as well as an additional haul post of some other things I have picked up since my last post. And that will probably be it for me buying for a little while. So the liner I used was I want to say it's called the Deuce. But God knows what it's actually called. This came from Topbox. It was Fierce and Fine Graphic Pen. It is like a tattoo liner type thing. And then I use the Stila Huge Lash Mascara. Anyway, guys, sorry this video got a little ranty, but there was some things I clearly wanted to get off my chest. Please don't take anything I say ever personally. I promise you, the general public and the general YouTube community are actually good people, especially the smaller ones. All that I ask is please keep in mind that people are still humans. They still have families. They still have feelings. And don't be the ones that are in there being totally, totally ruthless.